for this?
Welcome to our demo day presentation of ProPrepPal, an innovative RAG application designed to simplify and enhance your event preparation experience. You know, it's sometimes hard to be a good scout in the business world these days. The girls and boys of Scouting America have a motto: be prepared. So what's the problem? Professionals need the time and information to be well prepared to perform at their best. Today, as a professional, it's so easy to become overwhelmed in our busy lives. There are pivots and distractions and gaps at work. There are urgent and important things that crop up at home, all competing with these events. So let's take a look at some of these use cases. Meet Megan. She's invited to attend a panel at an AI conference in San Francisco. She's strapped for time. She finds herself panic searching through the conference site. She tries to read up on all the sessions and the papers and folks involved, and her flight's landing. She won't be prepared for this. And here's Amir, who manages an awesome team. There are 5 ongoing technical debates on Slack, and the CTO just requested a last-minute change. The sync meeting is today, and he doesn't even have an agenda yet. He won't be prepared for this. And Hong Lee, she's so excited. She graduated and now applying to several startups. Between moving and exams, she's been swamped. And now they just asked her in for a technical interview, but she doesn't even know their tech stack. So she stops at a coffee shop on the way to the interview and Googles it. She's not going to be ready for this. To prepare for all of these events, you need a professional preparation pal, a ProPrepPal, an AI assistant whose main job is to ensure you are best prepared for all your professional events. How it works is simple. You ask questions and deep dive into the detailed conversation to prepare for the event. In its simplest embodiment, which we will describe today, it's a simple, personalized question-answer RAG-based application. It leverages some clever prompting with some additional relevant information that is provided in a PDF for now, but future implementations will also include some clever scraping and something more agentic. For this demonstration, we are going to focus on Megan and the use case of preparing for a conference. For ProPrepPal, Megan has her covered as a personal assistant. It can do the necessary research. It can glean through the conference schedule, examine who is presenting a session, on which topic and on what time. And it gives you up to speed, most recent updates, as well as providing suggestion questions that you could ask at the session. The architecture is simple. We have a simple architecture with a chainlet UA wrapping a OpenAI embedded model with a quadrant vector database, our prompt template, and an OpenAI LLM, all orchestrated with LangChain, and evaluated and tested with Ragus and Langsmith. Now Shoshana will dive into the code and explain to us all in detail.
So I'll be taking us through just some snippets of the code that we have. So we are getting that data from the PDF that we discussed earlier. We're going to be chunking the document, so splitting it into chunks. We're using Quadrant for our vector store, so that's where we're going to store our chunks. And then we're going to set up the retriever, which is really easy with Quadrant. And then setting up LangChain RAG pipeline using OpenAI 3.5 Turbo as our model. And then we wrote out several different prompts and played around with what gave us the best responses. So as you can see, it has kind of examples of what we wanted the chatbot to respond with and the format of the responses, etc. So that is all written out here in this prompt. All right, now we're going to generate some questions. So as we can see, all the questions are being generated here. Lots of information. And now we have kind of a baseline with those questions. So we're going to evaluate. So we have some metrics on it. So of course we could just ask the chatbot questions and kind of see subjectively, okay, are the answers getting better each time we improve it or not? But we could actually do this with metrics, so we know it's improving. So here we're gonna start. We're gonna set up Chrabaszcz, and then we're gonna test. So we're testing all the questions on faithfulness, answer relevancy, context recall, context precision, and answer correctness. So those are the metrics we'll be using, and we're doing the evaluation. And as we can see, the baseline score isn't that great. Answer correctness is not terrific. So we want to improve that. So we're thinking maybe if we change the retriever, we'll improve those scores. And then after we run Chrabaszcz again, it'll be improved and we'll see the numbers will go up. So we're going to use an advanced retriever. We're using LangChain's multi-query retriever. So we're going to add that new retriever instead, the more advanced one. And then we're going to go through the same process of getting those question and answer pairs. And then we can see at the end that the scores did improve slightly. So using the advanced retriever did work, which is great and which we want to see. Now we also have this tool Langsmith that we can use to see kind of what exactly is going on inside the app. And it gives you a really nice UI. And this is an example so we can see the time and amount of storage and the exact questions and answers that it's generating. So this is very helpful to kind of look under the hood and understand what's going on there. So now going to the actual chatbot demo, I'm going to ask a few questions that we have pre-saved. So one is developer week. So it says when developer week is, perfect. And then we're going to just ask a few more questions and see how the chatbot is doing. So where are some sessions that I'd be interested in? Here's a fun games lounge one, some other lounges. All right, so I really want to see a contextualization session. So let's see if there's anything about that. And it looks like there is. Now I'm really interested in this speaker. So I'm going to ask for more of a bio about him. I would love to learn more about this speaker. And as we can see, we have a nice little bio. And again, it reiterates the session he will be at. Now, I would love to know if someone from MongoDB will be at the conference. I'm really excited with what they're doing. And we can see that there is an employee from MongoDB doing a session, which is great. Now, it'd be really cool if there were like networking events after the conference, and I'd be really interested in attending those. So, you know, instead of looking through that brochure, I can see here, there's all these cool things. And yeah, that's it. I'm just gonna say, oh, oops, wrong button. Thank you, I am done.
Great. And Megan is ready for this. Today, we demonstrated a starter solution, a baseline. Next, we will continue on our path from prompt engineering and RAG to fine-tuning an agent. First off, we will do some additional prompt engineering to improve the few shot. And next, we will turn to fine-tuning and also maybe look at some of the new released models that are just recently come out. Ultimately, we're working towards a multi-tool agent as we need to expand the capabilities so that we can accommodate the other types of use cases. And along the way, we have these tools with Chrabaszcz and Langsmith so we can experiment and observe our improvements every step of the way. So we really have an evaluation-driven development. Another idea that we were looking at is personalization. We believe we can create a dynamic, updatable profile that influences the retrieval based on my digital fingerprint. So ProPrepPal can assist me today and in the future. And with that, I'd like to thank you and open it up for questions.